Hi and welcome back. I'm Tony, this is my workshop, and if you follow me you know that we're coming to the end of two incredible builds. The HPI Baja, which is this amazing self-build kit by HPI, and we are almost there with this, and also almost there with the Land Rover Series 1 from Armatech. I've taken on both projects, and they're completely different type of projects, and I'm really pleased because you get a kind of a view of like different manufacturers and how they go about producing these kits, and it also provides another amazing learning ability. So love both of these kits. I've made a decision that I'm going to just concentrate now on completing the Baja, and then once I've got all the Baja completed with its wheels and its bodywork and it's all running around perfectly, I'm going to get back onto my Series 1 Land Rover. And the reason I'm doing that is that I just need to make some space. This has taken up a huge amount of room. This is a huge model. I mean, you can probably see just from what, just this sort of aspect here, it is a big beast. And I want it off my bench, and I've got a rack that I'm going to store it on when I'm not using it. And then I can finish off the Land Rover, and then that will also go away in its own storage facility. And so then I can clear the decks ready for my new project, which I will share with you very shortly. Firstly though, I want to apologise. I did miss a video, hopefully just 1 or 2 weeks by the time I'm filming this. I was poorly, had a dose of the old VID, and it knocked me for 6. I'm going to be honest with you, for the 2 or 3 weeks. I have no energy and no real enthusiasm to come into my workshop, and just felt rotten, generally speaking. I was at home and just getting through it, and I just wanted to say thank you, because I did post an apology on my YouTube channel, and I had some lovely comments back from some of you, and that's amazing, and I really do appreciate that. And I guess that if you've been poorly, and I know there's 1 or 2 of you, I won't mention you by name, 1 or 2 of my followers have been quite poorly recently. I really hope you're feeling better, and I hope to hear from you very soon. But you know what it's like when you're feeling poorly. You just don't want to do anything, do you? Just tuck yourself up with a blanket in front of the telly, watch a load of rubbish on the TV, and hope that you feel better soon. But you will get through it, hopefully. So anyway, that's that. Enough of me talking about that. I am back in my workshop. I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to getting stuck in. And in today's session, actually, in the last session on the Baja, sorry, I showed you one of the front wheels that I'd assembled away from camera, just to understand what's involved. Reasonably straightforward. What I plan to do today is to build the other front wheel with you in real time, and then go on and do the back wheels, and I'll probably speed up a lot of the monotonous parts of it. But once the wheels are all assembled, we can get them onto the Baja. And then what I'll probably do is get the LED lights and install those, and that will probably be it for this session, and then we'll move on with the next session to do the bodywork and any of the finishing parts. Anyway, I will reposition the camera as I normally do. Thank you for joining me today. I really hope you're going to enjoy this video. I'm so pleased to be back. Anyway, I'll do that now, and we'll get cracking. Right, so we can get started now. So really there's only a few components here. You've got the main hub, the wheel hub here. There's 2 types, and apologies if I'm teaching you to suck eggs, but the wider one, this one here, is the rear wheel, and the narrow one is the front wheel. So anyway, that's that. You have the tyre, of course, and you have these outer rims, these securing rims here, and you have what is, I guess, effectively the inner tube, or the inner sort of lining of the wheel itself, and then you have a ton of like little fixings to screw these into place. First thing you need to do, now when you get your Baja, you may find that this is all screwed up and rolled up and just in an all sort of awkward sort of type setup like that. What you need to do is make sure that the chamfer, maybe you can see that chamfer there, you see that little chamfer there, that goes towards the front of the wheel. So what I did is I just rolled that round like that, and I just popped it inside the tyre and left it overnight, and it's now started to reform into the right sort of curve, if you like. What I'm going to do now, we need to glue this. Now this is going to take a bit of time. Now the best glue that I think is the B7000, a great glue. It's perfect for this. It glues all sorts of thin synthetics and rubber and metal, and it's just incredible glue. What I love about this glue, it's a type of a contact adhesive, but it's also got some flexibility in it. So unlike super glue, it'll just fracture. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on both sides of the target area, like that. Now with this glue, you leave it to go off just a couple of minutes, and then it'll get a bit like contact adhesive. It will find its right level of tackiness. Before I do that, just pop that out of the way. Before I do that, I'm just going to offer them up and just get that, make sure that glue is completely covering both target faces. It's already wanting, I don't know if you can see that, it's already wanting to do its job. So I'll just leave that for a few seconds, and then we'll come back and we'll hold these together for a while, and then we're good to go. Right, that's about right type of time, I think, about the right level of time. I'm just going to hold these in, just like that. Now it's not fully cured yet, the glue, so what we now need to do is get this inside the tyre, and then the tyre will hold this in position for us. And as I said before, the chamfered edge is on the leading edge of the tyre, so we'll just turn it upside down, offer that into the tyre. Now it'll probably feel as if it doesn't fit, but it will find its own way. I'm just going to keep encouraging that around, and if the joint comes apart, don't panic, because the pressure of it being inside the tyre will help hold it all together. And this just obviously takes out the shock of its operational when it's running around and doing all its crazy things. It'll take the shock out of the so it doesn't damage the hub. Just turning this around and just making sure that it's all tucked in as it should, and it will. It's almost like it's a very close cell foam, like a rubber foam. I mean, they ask you to use rubber cement, but I mean, I haven't got any rubber cement, but this B7000 is designed to stick things like rubber and sponge. Incredible glue, and that's it. I think we're all set. So that's it, inside where it should be, glued together. Happy days. Right, the next thing we've got to do is get this onto the hub. Right, so what we need to make sure is that, if you can see on the main hub, there's all these holes here, which are for the fixings to fix your securing little outer. Well, that one goes there. So these line up with this, and on the wheel, or the actual tyre itself, there's little scallops. I don't know if you can see that. You can see that in the camera. Little scallops here, and you must make sure that, again, if I'm teaching to suck eggs, please apologies. I'm talking you through as if this is I'm a novice, and I am a novice. We're just going to slowly encourage that whole tyre and assembly onto the hub, sort of pushing down, making sure that the scallops and the holes are aligned. And now this has to go over. The way to go yet. This is just a bit of a monotonous exercise, but has to be done. I'll keep doing this. Once I've got this in place, we'll put these rims on. Right, I think that's as far as we can go that side. Now we've got to get this tyre this side over the edge of the rim. So I'm just going to go along very gently, just pulling the edge of that rubber over the rim. Almost there. try not to damage it. It will take a little bit. That's it. And now we need to try and encourage this to sit over the rim. And again, you can see the holes corresponding. And it will push into place. This is just a bit of patience required here. Don't rush it. It's like anything, just take your time and you enjoy the journey, you know. There we go. I think that's about right, because obviously we want this rim to sit over this and then push everything into place. I think we're almost there. Just turn around and make sure that these are all positioned. There's a lip on the hub itself, which I should have showed you, sorry, which you just need to push these down onto. And that is it. So now we can just put the retaining rings on. I'll do a couple of fixings on that, and then I'll ask Ben to speed the whole process up. Otherwise you'll definitely fall asleep. So that's that. So we might as well start with this back one first and just make sure I've got the holes lined up. And it will, it's all a bit tight because it's new, so just need to keep persevering, pushing that inside. I think that's about all we need to do with that. So we start with a couple of fixings. Making sure that is lined up in the hole. No, it's not. Let's that one first. That's the first one in. Now I'll go directly opposite. Put one more in. Just lining it up by eye. There we go. That's two fixings in. So what we'll do now is I'll go around and I'll do the all of the rest of them, but I'm going to ask Ben to speed the whole process up. Right, so now it's time to do the rear wheels. And when you get this, well, how it arrived with me is the inner tube, let's call it the inner tube, or the inner lining is actually already inside the tyre, but you need to get that out. And that's that. And that basically slides over the main hub, this thicker hub. But bear in mind that you need to line up the the scallops so that they line up with the holes and these retainers here that are around here. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I think you can on there. So you need to make sure that so it goes with the scallops facing down, and this is the outside face. So we need to make sure that we get them lined up and push those down into position. And then we have to come along here and just make sure that, let's have a look. I think they are. Just done a double check. No, not quite. First time. Take that off again. I'm lining up the holes, which they should be in the same yet, and they are. But in the process of, now that should be fine. Push that down. Just going to double check. Yeah, sorry, I've just double checked. I just pull that lip back like that, just to make sure that that is sitting on there, and it is. And we just need to push that so it goes all the way to the front, or the back of the hub, sorry. Now the tricky bit. This tyre then has to go over the top of that, which isn't so much tricky, but again, you've got scallops in the tyre and they must line up with bottom, as you can see, the holes, and the top. Now this is what I've come up with. So I'm going to turn the tube or the tyre inside out. Let's just make sure I've got the right face forward, and I have. Hang on. So that's the face, this is front. So as I turn it inside out, I need to make sure that that will be the front, and it is. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put some washing up liquid on this. And this is just going to help me slide it over, because it's rubber on rubber, I guess. Sorry, that's my phone pinging. Just wipe my hands clean of that. Making sure that I've got the right face, and I have. Pop that over that. Align the holes as best I can. And then pull that tyre over, and that's it. Now, the washing up liquid actually just helps it from sticking to each other. Just need a bit of brute force just to pull that round. I can see that once again the holes are not perfectly aligned, so no problem. I'm just going to take that off again. Same deal. Second time lucky, hopefully. I'm using the scallops that I can see on there. I'm going to try and get that down. That looks better. Holding that down. They look reasonably aligned on the front face. Let's just move that around a bit. Again, with the washing up liquid on there, it does help you manipulate it. That's better. Now, just peel that down. Perfect, and I can now see that the scallops are actually aligned with the fixings. It's just a matter of just wiping that surface off. And don't worry about the washing up liquid, because once this is all clamped into position, it's not going to slide. It's a bit like, I mean, it's the old way of doing the inner tubes on a bicycle. Old washing up liquid has always come in handy for that. This is just my way of doing it. I don't know if this is the right way or the wrong way, but it's just the only thing that came to mind, because I just know that when you've got two pieces of rubber connecting to or touching each other, they're like the friction between them is so great, it's very difficult to manipulate the surface areas. So that's it. So same deal as last time, just gradually going around, pushing that in, making sure it hits the rim and sort of snaps into the rim. You will feel it when it goes in. So that's that. Let's go back to this side now. A bit more work to be done here. Just a matter of just manipulating that tyre around into position, and then it, yeah, you can feel it go in. It's actually quite a satisfying sort of noise and feel or sense when you push it in. It seems to lock into position. So that's it. Just got to do the same to the other one, which I will do off camera. And then it's a matter of putting the rims on, which I'll probably speed up the entire process because it is laborious. Right, so that's the wheels built. As you can see, reasonably straightforward. Hopefully my technique of installing or assembling the rear wheels was of interest or of help. So really straightforward here. The only thing of note is on the inside of the plastic hub, you have the reciprocating slot or for the nut, if you like, or the housing for the nut. So you just need to make sure that you line those up, and just hopefully that just slots on. There we go, it's on now. Then you have the securing nut, if you like, and you have the serrated edge here, or gnarled edge, or however you want to call it. That goes on the inside, which will help with the grip. So I'm just going to hand wind that on for now. Then we have the tool, this HPI tool that comes with the kit, and that I'm going to hold the wheel. I'm just going to tighten that up. That's nice and tight, and we'll come on and do the front one now. Do one of the front ones. Same thing, just going to line up the nut housing, and that's that. Same thing, the gnarled end of the or side of the nut goes on the inside. And wind that on. Hold the wheel, and using this tool here, sorry, this this tool here, sorry, just wind that on and tight. So that is that side done. Wow, look at that. It really does look incredible. I love this, absolutely love this. Oh, I might have to just move this out of the way so I can just spin it round. There we go, to the other side. So we'll do the front wheel now first. Let me get that on for you. Just line that nut up. There we go. Again, gnarled side or serrated side of the nut. Hold the wheel and tighten up. Don't go mad. Don't try and over tighten it. It's tight and tight because that serrated edge will actually help it. And last but not least, the rear wheel. I'm just going to rotate that around so the flat top is on the top, and then I can do that corresponding. And that's that. And again, serrated edge. Just turn that round so it's in my favour for a minute. Just tighten that off. Oh, and that is it. Look at that. Look at that, guys. What a beast. Oh, it looks so good with the wheels on, doesn't it? Oh my God. I'm super, super pleased with that. Right, let me have a look at what the next step is, because I think I might call it a day for this for today's session. Depends on how much work's involved in the body. Let me have a look at that and I'll come straight back to camera. But my God, look at that. It really looks the part. Wow. Okay, I'll be straight back. Right. I've had a look and I'm not going to do the rest of it today. I'm still recovering from my illness and I don't want to push it too far because the body shell needs to be put on before you do the lights and the spoiler and everything else. And that's got to have you've got to cut all this out, clean it and paint it, and then fit it and put all the decals on, etc. So that's quite a long session and I just don't have the energy today to finish it, so sorry. But I'm really pleased with how we've got on today. The wheels were relatively straightforward to build, as you saw, and I just think they look at them, they look incredible, and I just love the look of this. It's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful monster in a way, and the suspension works beautifully. It just feels right. It's got the right kind of weight to it. It's got some weight to it, but it feels right, you know, it feels quality. And I'll just say hats off to HPI because you've done an amazing job on this. To be able to give the builder the satisfaction of building one of these kits rather than just buying it and taking it out of the box. The satisfaction, of building this is incredible. And also when you build it, if you break it, you know how to fix it. You know where it is. You get so familiar with the model, you become personal to you. So I'd really recommend, if you are sitting on the fence and considering buying one of these monsters, do it. And if the only reason you're not buying one, I mean, obviously it's expensive, but not compared to some of the other models that are built. This is relatively inexpensive. But if you're sitting there and the only reason you're worried about buying it is you don't feel you can build it and you don't have the skills to build it. Yes, you can. I mean, HPI make it so that a novice can pick it up and build it. I am still a novice. I mean, although I've built some models and I've built, you know, a lot of models in my life, but never tackled anything like this. You know, the engine, the suspension, the shock absorbers, the exhaust. But you just get in it, and it just, once you start working on it, you begin to grow in confidence and you will achieve what I've achieved here. So really in the next session it will be about getting the body done, and we'll see how we get on with that, and then obviously the lights and the spoiler and everything else, and then once it's all done I'm going to take it out for a drive, and I hope, fingers crossed, it runs as well as I think it's going to run. So I'll sign off today by saying thank you for joining me today. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, because we've still got some more work to do on this particular model, on the Armortech Series 1. I've got some work to do on my M26 Persian tank as well, because I took it out for a drive before I was ill and I had a bit of an accident. I bumped the barrel and I blew one of the resistors on the elevator. My mate Adrian from the Armortech forum, a really good mate now, thank you Adrian, I sent it off to him and he's repaired that and sent it back to me. And then when I get a chance and now I'm feeling better, I'll be able to work on that and I'll film that as well. So there's lots more to come, plus my new project, which I will tell you about very soon. So I will finally sign off by saying I'm Tony. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this video and I'll see you in my next build session.